1, 2, 1, 2. Changes in my life, you're always on my mind. Changes in my life, I got you by my side.
Tragically, they be getting pulled in by my gravity. And bitches be acting like a fucking singularity. Haters be listening from day, they hear the clarity. Don't come climbing with your gal, it's a travesty.
Welcome to Pineapps TV. I'm your host Trisha M. Roberts, and on tonight's show we have Alexis Hall and Aggz. Amazing for you to join us on the show tonight, guys. So we're in this amazing studio and you're collaborating on your on your new single together. Can you tell us how you came about and joined forces?
Well, I was looking for new talent within Manchester, prominent talent in Manchester, especially with female vocalists, and I come across Alexis' profile and listened to some of her stuff and really thought I could use the vocals, so I contacted her. We got some studio sessions down together, and the first track, Lonely, we've really done some good work, so yeah.
Okay, so you're both talented artists. When did you discover you had a talent that people wanted to see you perform?
Oh, well, God, that goes back quite some time. I mean, I personally, I don't know about you, Alan, in MC and what have you, but I've been singing since a very, very young age. But it was difficult back in the day, in the early 80s, because I'm practically fossilised now. In the early 80s, I was brought up in a small village up in Staley Bridge, and I was like the only black kid in the school at the time, and I was just trying to blend, and I didn't really want to stand out too much, and I knew I could sing and I had a talent, but I just couldn't. I didn't want to be showing off or attracting any more attention to myself. So even at karaoke nights and stuff like that, I just didn't want to stand up. I didn't want to sing. I didn't want to do anything. So it was really difficult for me to put my talent across. It was only until I was maybe 18, 19, 20 by the time that I had the confidence to think, do you know what? I've only got one life. It's not just rehearsal. I've just got to get out there and do something about it. And I love singing, and I would just be singing my head up in the house, but never in public, because I just didn't want to stand out. But yeah, I'd say about 19, 20, I was heavily in the club scene at that point. Always loved house music and vocals, diva gospel vocals, and brought up listening to Whitney Houston and that sort of thing. She was my idol. And then just singing at after parties and having DJs there and me singing over the top of house tracks and things like that, and they'd just be like, wow, you can sing better than that track, do you fancy doing something? And then the first song that I ever actually did with a producer was with the Audio Hose, and I wrote it in about 15-20 minutes and went down to the studio with and recorded it. And it turned out it went straight to number 2 at the Miami Winter Music Conference. So I ended up touring all over Miami. I went to Dubai. I went to all over the place. And this is like the first song that I'd ever written or signed. So I thought, oh my God! And it was signed to a label that I was massively in adoration of, Sulfuric. I don't know whether you guys, I don't know how much you're into your house, but Masters at Work are on Sulfuric, and I love Masters at Work. One of my favourite female vocalists, India, who did that. To be in love with you is everything. That's Masters at Work, and my first track that I ever wrote went on their label. So I was like, oh my God, I think I can actually do this.
Yeah, when I was 16, I went on a night out. I wasn't even into the music at first, and the microphones just come across as well. I shouldn't have really been in the nightclub, but you know it is. And I've come across this microphone in a club, and I've started MCing, and they just said, "Can you come back?" So I used to MC in there every week since I was 16, and then that nightclub got closed down. And then as soon as that nightclub got closed down, we got told we could move to the biggest, like, of what was in that scene, the biggest club what was playing the music at the time. And I think it held like 1,800 people. I started doing that every weekend from being like 17. I've toured on quite some bits of Europe and stuff, doing the bounce MCing and stuff. It got to a point where I just thought, it's not. I don't like doing just the live gigs. I want to do the whole package, like not just the producing side of it, but then going into a studio recording. Because I thought I can do that, and so I just started plugging it. We did our first track with Jamie Duggan. The first track we did properly was with Jamie Duggan and a few of my pals from the original crew that we started with, and that got me more or less touring all over the UK in Ibiza and Isle of Man and stuff like that with Jamie, and then we just progressed from there.
Okay, so when you were first coming up, what kind of obstacles did you have to overcome?
I'd say feeding or fishing through the bad vibes in the scenes, like promoters that don't pay, the DJs that don't pay, the producers that just talk and don't get your actions done, the labels that do the same. Because you've got to get through all that before you know you can work out whereabouts you want to go and what you want to happen with your career, kind of thing.
Many blaggers that say, oh, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. Great, I'm in contact with this person, I'm in contact with that person, but really most of them are just like salespeople. They want to get somewhere and they've got their pitch and they'll tell you anything you want to hear to get you on board, but you're selling a part of yourself to produce a piece of music that you think is going to go somewhere, and really they haven't got the foot in the door at all. They're just like stabbing in the dark, aren't they?
It's like I've just recently had a bad experience, and it's from that bad experience with the party, I just realised that I thought, I know what I want and I know what other people want from the label, from a label when they get signed. So I'm just going to go about my business and do that for me and for other people.
Okay, so you've overcome all these obstacles to reach a point in your career. What's the next step?
The next step's just I personally want to start doing the festivals, the bigger festivals. I do festivals as it is, do big shows as it is, but that's always been the case. Like I say, when I was 17, I was doing like 2,000 people every weekend and all that type of stuff. So I want to do the big festivals. Don't mean just like 3,000, 7,000 people I'm on about. I want to do Glastonbury. I want to do Glastonbury. I want to do Greenfields. I want to be in Space Ibiza every weekend, resident DJ. And I want everything. I want everything.
Yeah, your goals don't really change that much during the course of your career. You always just want the best of what you could possibly do, and working with the best possible producers and artists, and you just have got to aim high all the time and try and get the best standard as possible, keeping your finger on the pulse of what's going on at the time. And it's difficult because music genres, there's a billion different genres of house now, and it's hard to keep on top of things. You've got to be listening all the time, you've got to be adapting and morphing into different things all the time. You think you're a specific artist, but in the next few months it might be electro again, or it might be it might be deep. You've got to morph with it all the time.
These nightclubs and that, they're not getting filled every weekend anymore unless it's a big prestigious DJ going flying from God knows where, or it's a VIP club that's not really too big. These big nightclubs aren't working anymore because people are waiting for the festival season. When summer comes, Greenfields is on, this is on, that's on, and there's big money involved in it.
So that's where, unfortunately, in this day and age, before all the digital sound came in and downloads and stuff, you were making money off singles and stuff like that, but you're not making any money off downloads or royalties in this day and age. So it's the PAs where you're making your money. PAs are gigs in clubs on a minor scale, and then as you say, festivals on a larger scale. There's no money in recording anymore.
It probably costs, if your tune doesn't get played by many DJs and stuff, you can put hundreds and hundreds of pounds into one track, and if it doesn't get played and you're not getting booked to perform it, then you've lost money straight away.
Okay. So we're almost at the end of our interview, but what advice have you got for any upcoming artists that want to, reach the same level of success that you've done?
Well, firstly, you're never too old, you're never too wise, and you're never too clever to listen. Take on advice from people that have been in the game for a long time. You need that sort of experience and that knowledge to be able to fish out the snakes and people that are trying to just use you and that that are going to be no good for your career. You have to keep listening and you have to keep plugging in. Just stay strong, stay strong, and be up to date on everything that's going on all the time. Know what you're talking about, know who you're dealing with, know who's at the top of your game and where you're going, and set yourself goals.
Yeah, set goals is one of the main things. I mean, I never used to set myself goals for years. I was working in the club scene for years and years and years and years and years, and it's going downhill. Once you set yourself goals, right, you can set yourself a goal over a year. Work to it, stick to it, you do it. Never give up just because someone says, "Oh, I don't like the music," or a label knocks you back or whatever. And if worst comes to worst, you can always start. I mean, I know the market's getting drowned with people starting their own independent labels now, because they just want to release their own music. But if work comes to worse and you want people nationwide to hear your music, set up your own record label. It's not hard. Set up your own record label and get people from everywhere to hear your music. But like I say, you got to figure out how to get it out there, and it's going to cost money to get it out there.
I was going to say, have you got any advice on someone who wants to sell their own record label and how to do that?
Firstly, I'd say if you're going to set up your own record label, you need artists that are willing to work with you. It's pointless setting up a label and just releasing one person on it, and then you not being talented enough yourself to sell records. I'd say make sure you get a good team around you that have got the same vision as you. And then you also need to believe in what you're doing. You can't do a track half-mast and then not really believe in it and not push it to its consent. I mean, like me, if I won the lottery tomorrow, the first thing I'd be doing is putting money straight into the music. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. Apart from putting food on the table, that's where my money goes. So I want it to go straight into the music and straight onto the label and make everything as best it can be. Yeah, I'd say you need to have your heart in it. Don't do anything half-mast. Set yourself goals and don't listen to knockbacks. I've had loads of knockbacks every time, but they're just haters.
Thank you very much, Alexis and Aggz, for joining us today, and we'll be looking forward to your new single. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. We'll be having a sneak preview of their new single, Lonely. I've been your host, Trisha Roberts, and I'm wishing you happy Manchester. Think I'll be my feet.